is Donnell back here with Minoritypreneurs, and I am here. I did something a little different right now. I normally, as you already know, I do interviews with a lot of different businesses, but I've never really talked about a beauty salon. Now, some of you are watching, you asked me different questions about, okay, Donnell, what should I do as far as coming out of beauty school, barber school, things like that? Should I work for a different business? Should I work under somebody? Should I go out there and start my own business? And pretty much the advice I've given you, each and one of you is that if you don't have the experience as far as running a business, it may be better to kind of like work with someone who has to help get that understanding. Because trust me, to talk about owning a business, as you probably already know, is different than actually owning your own business. So today is kind of different because, and it's kind of special for me because the lady I'm going to introduce to you, I've known her for quite a while, and I knew her when she first had her first shop, when she first opened, to where she's at today. So it's a great opportunity to share with her, and her to share with you pretty much some things that she's been through and some things that she's that what she's doing right now. And also she also has someone in the chair too, so you can also check out her work, right? So you can let me know if she's on point, which I know she is. But it's a great opportunity. Hey, so I'm here to introduce you to Cynthia Williams, and she is a proud owner, pretty much an associate co-owner per se, and she'll tell you more about that. Boutique Styling Salon and Flowers for You. And this is for Cynthia. Cynthia, say hello to my audience.
Hello, how are you?
And this is Ida. Ida, say hello to
Hello, how you doing?
And it's very, 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 very honored to be here, to be able to interview with you, and to be able to share with the Minoritypreneur family, just you and your business and everything. And I've already told you when I first walked in, I'm very, very proud of you.
Thank you.
And that comes from the bottom of my heart because you're one that I can honestly say that you stuck with it and you're still sticking with it.
Absolutely.
And I'm very, very proud of you. And if people around here don't tell you that, don't you worry about that. But trust me, you should be very proud of what you've done thus far. And trust me, they may not ever tell you, but there are people that look up to you and that look at you as a role model. Now, I'm sure you already know that, but from time to time, we have to hear those words.
Thank you.
So I just want you to know that, all right?
I appreciate that.
Yep. Time to get down to business. All right, tell us, okay, what motivated you to get started in, styling hair?
Well, I'll tell you like my mother told me. I started off motivated 8 years of age. I just knew I loved hair. I wanted to do it when I was grown up, and I just said from 8 years of age on up, I'm going to be a hairstylist when I grow up. And my mother said when I was 12, there were people coming home from church getting haircuts. I don't even remember doing all this, but I did. I stuck with it. Doing my sister's hair, my friends in school.
Really?
And experimenting with my hair, salt and pepper, one side up, asymmetric. I did it all. I went off to Richmond when I was young. I came back, I had a haircut, and I was like, you know what? Hair is my thing. This is what I'm going to do. I was just determined. It was just deep down inside me. It was my ambition.
Really? Mm-hmm. Now, okay. All right, let's just rewind the tape a little bit. You said you started around about 8, so did you burn anybody's hair? Did anybody come to you and say, yo, I'm not coming to this woman, she burned my hair a long time ago?
Actually, I had a next door neighbor, and she was half Korean. And you probably remember, I just won't say her name. She was half Korean, she was half black, and she didn't care what I did to her hair. She had so much hair. I could cut it, burn it, do whatever. She still had plenty left to work with, so it started with her.
Really?
Yeah.
So you need to have like her picture somewhere on the wall.
I know.
It started with her right there,
Yeah, absolutely, it did.
All right, so with that, so with the individuals, that are watching you and that are looking at you right now and that are in the same, they may not be in the same shoes as you are now, but in the shoes you were back then as to just getting started and things like that. Now, I remember, of course, when you first started in your first boutique, what were some of the pitfalls that that you had to somewhat had to overcome just to get that started, you know, to have your own?
Well, first of all, starting off, I never really had in mind when I first started off that I'm going to go straight for my own.
Okay.
You know, I knew it was something inside of me that just knew, and I just thank God that He gave me the intuition to know that, you know, you just can't jump in on this thing head first. So I had to start off from the bottom.
Yep.
I had to start off doing some things I didn't want to do. Shampooing heads for other beauticians who would look like they were just making tons of money, and I was just getting scraps, you know. And then you go from that to you sit there and you say, you know what, you know, I don't want to get the scraps. I want to make money like they're making money.
Right.
But you have to humble yourself and say, okay, they had to work for that. I have to work to get to where they are.
Right.
But during that process, you start off with people. You meet people along the way. You have co-workers, and some of the things that were a little discouraging for me were working alongside other co-workers. You could run into, sometimes other stylists could be not as nice as what you would imagine in your mind before you actually get into the whole hair world.
Right.
So you would come up against a little bit of jealousy, a little bit of backstabbing.
Oh,
but
no, not in that one.
Yeah, absolutely, because sometimes one person, they have a feeling that they don't want you to get further ahead than they are. But the main key is you have to stay focused.
Okay.
Because somewhere along the way, you're going to run into that positive attitude.
Okay.
And that's where you place your focus. You place your focus on that one. When you in a beauty salon and you got 8 people lined up and they're working, if it's only one person there that you look up to, you'll have that gut feeling and you watch them and you grow from them. If they've started out before you, you watch their moves. You go to them and you get advice. And you find out the do's and don'ts in the hair world. And instead of looking at 7 negative people, you focus on that one positive person.
That's a word right there. Excellent, excellent, excellent word. Excellent, excellent word. Now, you know, you kind of touched on something. Why is it? I just want to hear what you say on this. You know, why is it that? And it's really not just in the hair world. You know, and it's a lot of different other things. Why is it just when it comes to us? You know, that we always, it seems as if we always fighting that battle. You know, that negativity battle, that battle. Almost that analogy, you know, like just like crabs in a bucket, you know, trying to get out, but you just can't get out. You know, why is it that we're always fighting that from your perspective? Because you already kind of touched upon it already.
Well, from my perspective, it's because we are minorities.
Yeah.
And in the real world, minorities, they don't prosper as other people do.
Yeah.
We're constantly being kicked down. We're constantly being criticized. We're constantly being pushed to the back. So when you are trying to reach a goal, in the back of your mind, you're saying, you know, I'm not going to be accepted. I'm going to be pushed back. I'm going to be overlooked because the next person may be better than me. It's like you're in a constant competition in your mind because you feel like you're not going to be accepted. But you have to convince yourself that I am better or as great as the next man, and I can achieve my goal. I can rise to the top. It does not matter the color of my skin.
Right.
And you have to be willing to work with every color, not just black, not just white, every color. You have to be willing to work with every race that comes your way, because that's what's going to keep you in business, not just one color.
Right.
It's just,
No. It's kind of interesting because in our magazine, that's pretty much our feature article talking about, you know, minorities and the community supporting minority-owned businesses and that aspect. So no, I think you're right on point. I know that one of my driving forces in starting minoritypreneurs is just for that simple fact, because I think that we as a race, we do not do enough as far as information sharing. As far as if I see Sister Ida right here, you know, she has a successful convenience store chain business, and you know, and I'm interested in owning my own convenience store. You know, we feel, you know, we don't feel as, you know, as welcome to come up to her and say, hey, you know, how did you get started? And then she tells me, well, just make an appointment. I get with you. And sometimes when people tell you that, what they're trying to say is they don't want to talk to you, and they don't want to be bothered, right? And if you really, you know, get down to nitty gritty of it, it's just for the simple fact that's, you know, Sister Ida, she doesn't want me to be successful because she's already there. But it really shouldn't be about that. And I know you different. I know you would. I know you would. So I ain't worried about that. But that's the thing that really drives me is that, and I've had people tell me ever since, especially when I started Black Caucus, you know, I'm such a militant when it comes to us and when it comes to being fair, and I'm like, you're right. You know, if you want to call me a militant, you call me that. But my only thing is I want things to be a fair playing field for everybody. But most importantly, I want us to share as a race, to start sharing more information amongst each other. You know, help me understand the strategy that got you to where you're at. Help me understand where you went out to get those resources, where you went to get the money and things like that. So I totally understand. I appreciate you bringing that fact out. Now back to your business. Now, I know she's not here, but let's talk about your mother.
Yes.
Let's talk about how instrumental she is with this business, and she has been, because I know for a fact she has been, because I bought some flowers from her from the past. You know, so she's a very, very beautiful lady.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about her.
Yes, my mother, her name is Mary Green. Thank God for her, and I thank God for the place that she holds in this business. We call ourselves co-business partners, although she is the sole proprietor of Flowers for You. I am the sole proprietor for Boutique Styling Salon. But we have always worked together, and it started off with my mother. She was an industrial worker.
Okay.
And it was just a God-given talent. She had no idea what was going to happen when the plant closed down. But about 2 years prior to them closing, she started making these flower arrangements, and it just flourished, and her talent just grew and grew, and she started off actually selling them at Burlington Industries.
Really?
And she gained her customers and clientele through working at Burlington, and after it closed, she decided to just display some of her work in my beauty salon. At the time, I was downtown, and so were you. And she would sit maybe 2 or 3 flowers out a week. They would sell, she'd sit out 2 or 3 more. And it just grew and grew, and she said, you know what, I'm going to need my own space. So then we moved to another spot in the same building you and I were in. And she had a room and I had a room. And that's been exactly 16 years ago. And ever since then, wherever I moved, she was right along with me. Right along with me. And that's brings in the fact where I talked about not catering to just your own people. Because I'm running a beauty salon, and although most of my clientele is majority minority or black, or I don't even like to consider us as minorities, but my own people come in most of the time. My mother has all types of customers walking through the door.
Really?
So, you know, I accept
That's beautiful.
whoever walks through that door. We treat them with love and kindness, and we are grateful because they are customers, and you know, you want them to come in, you want them to help your business to grow. And you know, if you treat them with kindness and don't treat them any different because you see a lighter face walk through the door, you know, they'll tell someone else, and they'll continue to bring you business, and that's how you keep going. Yeah, you have to treat everybody the same, and my mother, she caters to anybody who walks through that door who wants a flower.
She does. She does have a beautiful spirit. She really, really does.
She does. She absolutely does. She puts her heart and soul in what she does.
She does. I've heard other people talk about her too, and I mean, I know for a fact myself, so even more so. But you know, as you were just talking just now, one of the things that I really want to point out, and I want people to understand, catch, is how you distinguish between what you are in the business and what your mom is in the business. A lot of times we as a race, we tend to jumble up those things and think it's okay, think it's just cool, especially when it comes to business and when it comes to the legalities of business. We don't. In the past, I've had clients in which, especially when it comes to family, oh well, that's just my mother, or that's my dad, but they don't have it legally binding as to okay, well, okay, you're this and I'm that. It's just one of those things like, oh, okay, you're this, I'm that, and that's how it is. It's just basically a conversation piece type thing.
Right.
But you all have distinguished as to okay, you have your business, I have my business, and that's how it is. But at the same time, you both are commingling and making it work. So I want to bring that out and bring how successful that's been. So I appreciate you bringing that out for me.
Yes, absolutely. And on the business aspect side of that, when it comes to her place and my place, although it's one building with two businesses, we still have to have our own business in order. She has to have her own business license. I have to have my own business license. She pays taxes on her portion of the business. I have to pay taxes on my portion of the business. Because one main rule to being successful is you have to be legal when you're operating your business. You don't want to go out there and put yourself out there like a professional and not be set up legal. Because it's anything worse than operating your business, putting yourself out there like you're so professional, then you have the state come in and they shut you down. You have to have your paperwork in order. And that is number one, and I hate to say it, but that is one of the downfalls of some black businesses. Trying to do things and get, slip through the cracks.
Exactly.
You can't do that.
Yo, that's exactly right.
You have to be on top of that.
That's exactly right. That's exactly right. And I appreciate you. Appreciate that. That's a great word for somebody out there that's watching right now. If you don't have your business order, get it in order.
Yeah, get your business straight.
Exactly. NBC.
Absolutely.
I'm gonna kind of switch up right quick. Sister Ada, why do you come to Cynthia? Why do you come to her?
Boo?
Yeah, why you come to her?
Well, actually, I came to her.
Don't lie now. Don't lie.
Look, she got me nervous. I'm dropping my comb.
I got it.
Well, you have to trust somebody with your hand. And I had seen my sister.
Boo, I got this. Don't worry about it.
All right, go ahead. Help yourself.
So that's what it was. My sister never was using her. I forget you used to do something like Barbara and styling. But that's why I choose her. My family liked her, and I didn't really know too many hairdressers. I knew Boo, and I said, you can take everybody on your hair.
Right.
Just everybody on their hair. And actually, my mother went to Boo too to get her hair done.
Okay.
And it was the first and only time she got it done, and she let Boo do it. So, but that was it. I think Audrey and Linda, somebody was going there all the time, and I said, well, I'll go to Boo too. I'll try it.
She gave me a try. I'm glad she did. How many years later? Are we still here?
It's about 10 or longer.
Really? Okay. That's good, but Cynthia, that's good.
Thank God for dedicated clients.
Exactly.
It really is true. You don't want everybody touching your hair. If you don't know how to use chemicals, next thing you know, you're looking down, you see all your hair on the floor.
That's true.
So you gotta watch that.
Yeah, I'm funny about that too. So that's good. So for Cynthia, if there was one thing that we can end this interview on that you would say to anyone that's watching you and that's interested in starting their business, and they're kind of like what I always say, they're on the fence as to okay, well, I'm gonna do it, I'm not gonna do it, because you have a lot of people that have been on the fence for years and just haven't, for whatever reason, just haven't been motivated, whatever, just go out and get it and to do it. What would you say to them right now as far as those individuals that just been on the fence for a while and to say, hey, look, I may not do it. What would you say to them right now?
Well, I would say, first you need to search yourself. You need to ask yourself, are my goals really my goals, or are my goals someone else's goals? Are they your goals, or are they your dreams? If they're your aspirations, you need to reach for the stars and you need to grab them, because this was my God-given talent. I chased it. It was hard work, a lot of sweat, a lot of tears, a lot of joy, but in the end, it's paying off. I wouldn't have it any other way. And you have to make the final decision as to whether you're going to reach for the stars or not.
Wow, there it is. Great, great, great word. And as you can see, she does great work. And she's been in business for years, so that says something in itself. So, Cynthia, you're doing an awesome job.
Thank you.
Thank you very
Thank
much
you.
for just sharing your time. And you, Sister Ida, too.
Thank you too. Thank you
for being with our family. Hey, this is Minority Entrepreneurs. We're here with Donnell. We really appreciate you. Thank you.